Welcome to Wildly Wed, the real wedding planning podcast. I'm Keshira from Keshira Creative Events, wedding planner and stylist.
And I'm Vicky Edwards. I am a celebrant at Spot On Ceremonies.
So we're here today and we have got the lovely Zena with us. And what we're doing at the moment, we've got our podcast and we've got episodes out that you can listen to on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. And we've now introducing some video specials.
Certainly we are.
Introducing some special guests that are in the industry. What we're all about is telling you real wedding stories, how to do things in the real world, and also how to do things the way you want to do them.
And we're kicking off with the babe of them all. Bridal by Zena, 25 years experience, 11 of those internationally. Zena, tell us, what's the journey been?
I'm actually really lucky. I've had an exciting journey. So when I was about 14, I said to my careers advisor I wanted to be a makeup artist or a Bond girl. And they pushed me.
Love that.
And they kind of laughed at me and pushed me into being a beauty therapist. And then when I went to Australia, so I really studied skincare, which I think comes into play nowadays. Went to Australia and I thought, no more beauty therapy. And I took a 2-day course to learn the fashion, the trends, what was going on, and blagged my way onto the Versace makeup team. And that was insane.
No way.
And they said to me, if you can do it, you can stay. If you can't,
Off you go.
I could do it. And then I was travelling between Sydney and Melbourne doing makeup.
Wowza.
So that was my journey. That started 1999.
Okay.
So much fun though. And actually, yeah, really fun that you knew like kind of what you wanted to do, but then you went and found a niche and just went for it.
Yeah, it was actually. And it was interesting because in Australia, you kind of get the beautiful sun-kissed, very soft, very glowy.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just really lovely makeup. And then from there, I went to the Middle East and I was head makeup artist in Dubai for 3 years. And it was like full-on exaggerated eyes, dark lip lines.
Very different then.
Very different. That was a massive learning curve for me. Because at the time, I was like, of course I know it.
And so
Nothing.
bridal is like something you've come to along the way or?
No. So in Australia, I did a lot of brides and it was very soft makeup, as I said. And then in the Middle East, I did the Arab brides as well, which is a whole different ballgame. And then I worked in the Caribbean doing destination brides. So again, very humid, very kind of different climate controls, different things you've got to handle. And then I came home 10 years ago to do special effects and prosthetics for films and theatre.
That's fun.
Circle. And now I've come back to doing brides. But also along the way, I did fashion weeks. So I used to do New York, Paris, Milan fashion weeks.
Wow.
So now I've set it all into one bag and I can give the brides what they want.
And there's been a bit of celebrity stuff en route as well, I believe. Come on. Don't shy.
Tell us the story.
We want all the celeb gossip. Come on.
Can't give gossip, but I did, I was part of Rihanna's Shine Bright Like a Diamond in LA, which was very cool.
That is,
Yeah.
that's an earworm as well. That's an earworm of a song.
She is absolutely gorgeous, and they had to shut down the whole street in LA, and we had all the fire brigade coming out, and because they had to set fire to the car. If you remember the end of the video,
Wow.
the car explodes. I'm hiding behind the back.
And you've got fine young men in uniform.
Fine young.
Winner.
Yeah, so I've met a few along the way. I've done a few comedians. I've recently worked with James Corden, Catherine Tate, Anna Maxwell Martin, who's just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she is everything you think she is. She's more.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
Yeah.
I'd hate it if she wasn't.
Yeah. And so what's the difference between kind of makeup, hair and makeup for like film, TV and bridal?
Well, I'm glad you asked that one, actually, because a lot of people say to me, well, it's just makeup. It's just the same kind of thing. With bridal, you've got to apply the makeup so it's going to last for hours.
Okay.
You've got to apply the makeup so it actually kind of, it's going to stay put when you have the adrenaline rush, because every bride has that emergency wee and
Yeah, of course.
the red flush comes up, the excitement or adrenaline or fear, whatever it is she's feeling. And they get that. So your makeup has to stay put. Whereas film and theatre, you can do quick bits in the wing. You do quick changes. In film, it's cut, you reapply.
So you're constantly touching up. Yeah.
And it's all about consistency. Bridal is about
longevity.
making it last. Yeah, longevity. And giving that really nice, well, most brides like a nice glowy look of love.
Yeah.
So very natural.
I say natural, and a lot of people say to me, I want a natural makeup, but there is a massive difference between natural and neutral.
Oh, okay. So quickly, let's nail that because that's key, I think.
Neutral is like neutral tones. So your makeup now is very neutral.
I have a wonderful makeup artist.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's neutral tones, but it's not, and it's soft. Whereas I've done quite a few natural makeups where it's literally one eyeshadow, tinted moisturiser, but a bold red lip. So people think that's very glamorous because of the red lip.
Okay.
But to be honest, she's got less makeup on than the natural.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you see.
Yeah, so I think I'd be, because I'm not a general makeup wearer.
You're no natural beauty.
Well, thank you.
She's-
But I think I'd be going, I want to look natural, but neutral, natural. I wouldn't know. Yeah, well, I suppose if you don't know anything about makeup as well, this is exactly why you come to
a makeup artist.
Yeah, come to a makeup artist because
Exactly.
I've got no idea.
The things that a lot of people make this misconception is they want a natural or a nude lipstick. They
Okay.
come in, they ask for a nude lipstick, and they immediately go to the pale pinks, the pale beiges, but their lips are like a raspberry colour. Like, that's not your nude. Your nude is your raspberry, or your blue undertone, or your peach undertone, whatever undertone you've
There's
got.
so much to it.
That's your nude. So, like, your lipstick now is exactly like your lip colour.
Yeah, it is.
And you've actually got purple on.
I've got purple on. This is new.
So it is about finding what's working for you, what's right for your skin tone, what's right for your colour tones, and then going with it.
And I guess, yeah, that's similar with clothes, with everything, isn't it? Is getting the right colours that suit your kind of-
Absolutely, it's the colour.
Interesting.
On your wedding day, I would say, for me anyway, I think that if you know that makeup isn't your skill set, then why on earth would you take a chance on doing it yourself when you could have expertise?
It's funny because a lot of people think, oh no, they either see us, we're like Marmite, they either see us as like the devil or we're their angels.
You're my angel.
Yeah.
But they see us like they're not quite sure where to go and it's intimidating. And I get it's intimidating. You're having somebody you don't know very close up in your face and creating a look and you're like, this feels like a lot, I'm here for a long time. And then you're not sure what's going on. So having a trial makeup beforehand.
I was just about to say about trials, because exactly that. Like whether you know and you love makeup or not, the trial is really important because you get to have a feel of what it's actually going to look like. But more importantly for me, when I talk to couples, I always say to them, your makeup artist is the first person that you see in that day.
Yeah.
That is the person that tees you up for the whole day ahead.
Absolutely.
So you've got to be, firstly, you've got to really get along with your makeup artist.
Yep.
Secondly, they've got to be a calming influence. And I think that's really important because if you're sat there, you're nervous, it's your wedding, also generally got quite a lot of people around you, a lot going on.
Absolutely. So you've got to be able to zone out of that and just focus on what you're doing.
Yeah, you want to be with someone that you can just go, and that person can go, okay, let's take a minute. And actually, I don't know whether this is something you've come across, but I've really seen a few makeup artists that have said to other people in the room, do you mind?
I
They
have
take
taken
control.
out.
Yeah.
I've taken a bride out before because the mum was just too stressed. I think the mum was getting herself so worked up, she was taken out on the whole room.
Yeah.
And I basically took the bride out to another room and I was like, no, we're closing the door. All phones off.
So no pressure on you, but actually what you have to be is not just an ace makeup artist, but you have to be a skilled counsellor. You have to be an expert in diplomatic relations and sort of bossy head teacher to order people out when they need to just back off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totes. Yeah.
But that actually, you're right, Keshira, it's really important to have all of that in somebody that you choose.
Yeah, and the trial then, back to why you do a trial. You do a trial because you want to see what you're going to look like.
That's the base of it, but there's a lot more to it.
Yeah, so much more.
So when I have a bride-to-be come in, we sit and I usually chat for about 10, 15 minutes. So I'm reading her mannerisms. Is she somebody that touches the face all the time? Does she play with her hair? Does she do this all the time? So then I know where to play.
I feel like there's a bit of witchcraft going on here.
No, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
So I personally, I kind of I get to know where they're fidgety, what they're conscious of and everything else. And then I can give them the makeup that's going to make them feel comfortable.
Perfect. I love that. Yeah. I mean, you did our makeup this morning, and I felt so comfortable that I don't even realise that I've really got
And I
it
wasn't
on.
even painting the face.
No, I wasn't even painting the face.
Yes, we're not allowed to. We should just say, not a face painter. Apparently, there's a difference between a face painter and a makeup artist.
I did ask for a tiger, but actually, it's just
Rainbow.
made me feel lovely, made me feel good. So that is amazing. Tell us about. I don't know. You've done a lot of weddings. You've done a lot of different things, but like, have you got a really fun wedding story or a silly one?
There is one that always sticks in my mind. So years ago, I'm very lucky. I lived in the Grand Cayman. I was the destination bridal
Drop that
artist
one in casually.
there. So I came across a lot of brides coming from all over the world, literally all over. Some excited, some young, some old. It didn't matter. But there's one bride. She was giddy. Absolutely giddy before she started, and she was on the Prosecco. And a couple of times I kind of took the glass away because I thought, 2 glasses is quite enough. It's hot outside. It's
Alcohol
sunshine.
monitor as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, especially in the sunshine, and she was getting married at about 3 in the afternoon, I think it was.
Crikey.
On the beach. I was like, dehydration, not really a good thing.
No.
So took it away. She went and got another one. She was hammered. I was going to say pee, but she was hammered. To the point where I had to become her witness and bridesmaid all in one go and walk her down because she couldn't stand up.
Oh, so you literally walked her?
Yeah, to her groom and kind of stood there, and they were like, you can move to the side. I was like, no.
Oh my God.
No, I really can't.
Oh my goodness.
I was like the bouquet almost, yeah.
Do you think was she just nervous? Was it nerve?
I think she was giddy. She was so excited.
Yeah.
But again, people don't realise that humidity and the heat levels affect you in different ways.
Well, and then you factor in alcohol and natural exuberance and giddiness because it's the biggest day of your life. And boom, you've got the perfect story.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, especially if you're not a daytime drinker.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Well, she needed to practice a bit harder. That was just lax.
I do find though the daytime drinking thing, for my wedding, I don't love to daytime drink. And I also really made a conscious decision not to drink on my wedding day because I really wanted to remember it all. I really wanted to take it in. But the amount of weddings you go to, and there is a lot of bubbles going down in the morning. And I do wonder how people feel, because also surely you get a little bit of a hangover partway through the day as well.
Who needs that?
You must be dealing with a dehydrated
And the skin.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
don't get me
absolutely.
started.
That must be.
And they want this glowing, radiant skin. And I'm like, please stop drinking.
yeah.
And actually, that's a good point. So when it comes to your wedding photos, I was just thinking, sort of, what can you do in terms of makeup to ensure those perfect pictures? But I guess not caning it too early in the day is probably quite key.
Yeah. Totally. It keeps your makeup looking so much fresher. And I say to a lot of my brides, have a glass of Prosecco or champagne, but have a glass of water. Have a glass of champagne, have a glass of water.
Yeah,
so alternate.
Offset it. Yeah. And it just gives you, and also keeping hydrated just keeps you energized throughout the day, gives you the energy to go all the way through. If you're having a wedding at 12 o'clock and you're finishing 11 o'clock at night, you need energy.
You're going to be on your knees.
Yes.
Yeah. So what else in terms of wedding pictures and really getting the best out of them with your makeup? What are the top tips? What are the golden rules?
One, as I said, water, to give yourself lots of hydration. Having a good skin prep. So I work with my brides for at least 3 months beforehand. This is why I like to have.
Oh, I was going to ask about this.
Yeah. I kind of work with them on their skincare. So I had a lovely bridal trial on Saturday and she's getting married in July. And I was like, right, so we've changed up. And 2 of her products that she was using was incorrect for her. So we've recorrected that. She's ordered some different things within her budget and we've sorted it out. And it's just a way of kind of getting the most out of your skin or the most out of your makeup beforehand. The more glowy and the fresher your skin is, the easier my job is.
Gosh, you really.
So that's the background that you've got in training in
Skincare.
Skincare.
So it did come from
So you did all of that and then went, well, I want to go do makeup. And now it's like, actually, the makeup comes after the skincare.
Absolutely.
You've got to do the skincare.
You've got to have good skin. You have to, whether you're getting married or not getting married, having good skin is lovely. Kind of sees you through, especially when you get to 50, 6-year-old, you kind of sit there thinking, why didn't I look after it in my 20s?
She looked at me then. Did you notice that? And it's a fair point.
But using an eye cream, using a serum when you're 21, absolutely brilliant. I try and encourage everybody. It doesn't have to be an all singing, all dancing, expensive one, but getting your skincare going is...
Right, we need this chat offline. 'Cause not got
and
the
just,
clue.
asking for a friend. But I mean, if you were in your sort of mid to late 50s and your skincare regime had not been impeccable up to that point, in all seriousness, what do you do for the older bride or the mothers of the bride that really need some help?
And that I've had a lot of conversations with. I go and encourage them to have a nice facial, a deluxe facial, an all singing, all dancing LED mask facial, maybe some peels, chemical peels, because that really helps with the fine lines. I sit on the fence with retinol. Retinol has its place, but it's not for everybody. It can make some people very sensitive. But there is loads and loads of really amazing skincare people out there. And I'd work with them to kind of make sure they go to the one that suits them.
So you are a portal of advice and wonder as well.
Yeah.
And so like
Definitely. I find it's important.
how should you have a facial like the day before? Or?
No. You don't want to overstimulate. So I recommend, depending on the level of facials you're having, tend to have the week before, maybe a face mask 2 or 3 days before.
Okay.
If you're prone to spots and like over blemishes, I will not recommend for about 3 days before your wedding.
And I guess is hair similar? Like how like when do you wash your hair?
So
Yeah.
generally, I tend to tell most of my brides, wash your hair the night before. A little bit of oil and grease is always great for updos. Oh my God, it's our friend.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because it's just too fine and fly away to deal with.
Yeah. So it just kind of makes our job a little bit easier if you've kind of got a bit of weight in there to hold it.
Yeah.
Nice. So a little bit of
But a good hair trim, good trim, because most people are trying to grow the hair for the wedding, but try and get your hair trimmed about the week before. Use a nice hair mask, maybe go for a hair treatment so you get that nice glow. And then...
Love this.
You see?
And I want to talk about things that like we talk about DIY and we talk about sustainability, but I really like one of the biggest questions I get from brides is about timelines.
Okay.
So I, as a wedding planner, I will look after the on-the-day timeline overall for a wedding. What's really important though, and I think another kind of bit that you do that you are skilled in is looking after the timeline in the morning for a bride. So say we've got a bride and 3 bridesmaids or a mother of the bride and 2. How long does it take? What do they need?
Officially, so it comes back to having a trial. So once I've done the trials take a long time. 1, I sit and talk to people. 2, I take my time. So I see how the skin reacts to each product. Is it liking it? Is it not? So trials take a long time, usually about an hour and a half. Once you've done it, so I know that's just for makeup, 2.5 hours for hair and makeup trial. But once we've done it and I know how your hair's going to control, how your skin's going to react, do you like eyelashes, things like that. Theoretically, a wedding makeup can take me 45 minutes, but I allow an hour because sometimes I have to move the room. Sometimes I have to...
Of course, yeah. Logistics.
Yeah. So I always allow an hour for hair, an hour for makeup. So it's a 2-hour job. Realistically, it's an hour and a half.
And so that's bridal. So then if you've got a bridesmaid doing it, do you ask them to come prepped in any way?
I ask them to do their skincare,
Okay.
but I still always apply SPF because then I know the SPF because they're outside. Again, they're drinking, they're milling around. When the bride and the groom go and have their photos taken, the bridesmaids are outside being sociable. So I always put SPF on them.
I hadn't even thought about SPF.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about
It's a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't need it. I don't burn. I'm like, you're out
That's not
all
the
day.
point.
No. And I want your makeup to look gorgeous all day. And the SPF will hold it.
That makes so much sense. And it's so funny because the different roles we take in the wedding of the morning. So I always have some sun cream in my trolley, but that's because I spend a lot of time with the groom and the groomsmen in them. And I'm going to them. Do you know what? Like, here we go. Put some of this on.
Yeah.
Actually, you're doing it in the makeup. I hadn't even put the two together.
Yeah.
So I'm looking after that side where I'm seeing them
We've got
stood
you
out
covered.
there. Yeah, we've got
You're
everyone
looking after
covered.
your side. I just take care of myself.
That's good. You need to do that though, don't we? Oh, that's, really interesting. And I'd not considered that at all.
So going back to your question, so I usually allow an hour for hair and makeup for the bridesmaid or the mother of the bride. So it's half an hour a service.
Yeah.
So they do have more prep, depending on what hairstyle they want. Some mothers of the bride, I might give a bit more time. They're maybe a bit anxious, like I said before. Some of them I've sat down and given them a hand massage before we start, just to kind of control it.
Oh, that's so
calm them.
lovely.
Oh, hello. My hands are right here.
So it depends what they want, but I always allow a little bit more. So I had one occasion, I got there and it was a big wedding party. They were all down having breakfast in the hotel. I'm knocking on the door and I was like, where are you? Oh, we'll be up soon.
No.
They came up 15 minutes after I was supposed to have started. I haven't even set up because I couldn't get in the room.
Oh.
And actually, I think that's something that's really worthy of mention. That I
That's
think
when you need a wedding
any
planner.
of your wedding suppliers, if you book them to arrive at a certain time, that is the time that they want to start. So do not be fannying about. Respect actually.
Yeah, and I guess
Book somebody.
I mean, like you just said, the wedding planning bit, that's where I come in.
Yeah.
Is I'll have all of those details, all those suppliers' details,
would have let
all their
them in the
contact
room.
numbers.
Yeah.
I would have let you in the room. I would have made sure that the family know, do you know what, it's time to move on. Like, I'll go and get you and I'll do
And
those
it does
bits.
happen.
Yeah.
It does.
does.
So actually that on the day coordination really supports people like you and me actually, because I've had ceremonies that have run behind because makeup has run behind because everybody's been down at breakfast.
And most
so
of the time they'll say, oh, the makeup's taken too long. I'm like,
Yeah, and that's a real shame actually, and I think people do underestimate how long hair and makeup takes.
exactly. And especially going back to your original question, the natural makeup, people always think, natural makeup doesn't take long. Take you 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're an artiste. You need your time to perfect it. It's amazing. And so something we do every single time, every episode of the podcast, and we'll do it the same every episode of the video pod. We ask for each supplier's top tip on DIY and top tip on sustainability. So Zena, tell us about DIY top tip.
DIY top tip, I would say, if you're going to do it yourself, come and have a makeup lesson. You can make it fun. I've did one recently and it was a hen party. So I used the bride.
That's a great idea.
Did the bride as the model. Her hens and her friends were all kind of watching. They all learnt something as well. And the bride got to create her look.
Love that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then if you are doing it yourself, your hens or your bridesmaids have been part of the day. So they can also see and they can help you.
I think as well, though, I'd end up doing that and then I'd be like, I don't really like you, so I'm going to book you anyway. But that's a really nice way.
But if you are on a budget, actually, that's a really great way to do it.
And it also ties in with your hen party.
I love that.
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone, or
You're
lens,
looking
1
to
stone.
go out.
Yeah.
Great. And then sustainability. I think you could probably talk on this for a while, couldn't you?
Yeah, I was wondering what to say through this one because you got to kind of find products that are cruelty-free, but that's a given nowadays. Nothing needs to be tested on animals. So your kit's cruelty-free. A company that uses refillable products. A lot of companies, going back to the Body Shop days, they will kind of give you a discount if you take your pot along and refill it. Using disposable spoolies, which is what we put the mascara on. So now
It's a spoolie.
It's called a spoolie.
A spoolie.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
But kind of getting rid of that. So now I'm using a fan brush to apply the mascara, so I'm not throwing away plastic all the time.
Okay.
So it's little things like that. I have a biodegradable little bag, waste bag, that I take along and put all the cotton wool and tissues into this bag that I then throw away. So it's tiny little things, but it's just being a bit more mindful.
And just before we kind of wrap up, any kind of top products that you like to use? Anything you say, do you know what, that's something, any like secret little tips on a high street product or anything?
To be honest, I'm a bit, am I allowed to say slut?
No, I don't know. Well, you did.
You did.
I am a makeup slut, I must admit.
Okay.
I like everything few and far between, but I also obviously need things that's going to last. When I did fashion shows, it was just a quick fix. It didn't matter what it was. It was just the right colour or whatever. But the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette, phenomenal. It's one of the best in the world for a reason. It literally has beautiful pigment. NARS blushes, the pigment is amazing and it stays put. High Street Superdrug, I've recently discovered the MUA brand, which I use their lipsticks.
Amazing.
And yours, their lipsticks are incredible. And they're like £5.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a real steal, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. So there is things, and then my foundations, obviously there are a lot more. I use Charlotte Tilbury, I use Armani, I use Laura Mercier's. But skincare, I tend to spend a lot of money, but the products have to be good. The ingredients have to be good.
Yeah.
I use chemical-free, natural ingredients. And touch wood, nobody's had a reaction.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you.
You are a mine of wonderful information.
Yeah.
And you are an exquisite makeup artist, Booker. And we love you.
We do. And yeah, it's been really nice and really relaxing to have you here this morning to kick us off today and make sure we look ready and we feel great. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for watching, listening, wherever you have been. We are Wildly Wed Pod. So that's at Wildly Wed Pod on Instagram, wildlywedpod.co.uk online. And yeah, you can listen to us on Apple, Spotify or YouTube. Thank you.
Can I say my Instagram?
Yes, please do
If
it.
you want to follow me, I'm Bridal by Zena, bridal.by.zena, Zena, and my website is www.zenamccarthy.co.uk.
Thank you.
Lovely.